Hi everyone, this is Cindy. It is Saturday. It is August 1st, and I'm here to do a sit and stitch with me. The piece I'm going to be working on is Heartstring Samplery, and this is his eyes on the sparrow. I really enjoy this piece, and I am working on the whole border. I've done all the top, this side, all the way down to the side, and I'm right here right now. So I'm going to be working on these two, and I have to do that last one. It's such a beautiful border. I hope everybody is doing well out there and enjoying your time. I cannot believe that it is August 1st today. I don't know where the time is going, but we are at August 1st. I have been busy. I haven't been stitching a whole lot. I've been out and about in the beautiful weather. I am a summer person. I do love the summer. Doing my walks, and on the weekends I've been going to different places and doing some different trails and walks out there. Today, this morning, I always get up early because I work, and I'm so used to getting up early that I kind of always just wake up without an alarm clock. I'm sure people know what I mean when your body's just, you kind of just used to getting up at a certain time. And I've been going and hiking on different trails on the weekends. And at night, we're super busy in work. I get home and I have worked all day. It's a great thing to be busy. I love being busy. The day goes fast. And I've been working on a project. It's not cross stitch. It's not my gardening. It's not my walking. It's just something else I'm working on. It's extremely hard. And it will definitely pay off when I get to a point in that project. And I think it's good to challenge yourself in these times, and I am challenging myself. I do enjoy it, but definitely has made me super tired at night. When I hit that bed, I am out like a light. That's just the way it is. But I do enjoy it, and at some point I might share what I've been doing. I'm always researching and doing different things, and in these times I just like to move forward and learn new things, and this is just something that was put on my heart to do, and it's a good thing. It's always good to try things new. The garden is doing well. The sunflowers have bloomed. Some of the sunflowers, they got as high as like 10 to 11 feet tall. The fall sunflowers, they're more orange and orangey, and oh, they're so pretty. But some of them are gone now. I did plant new ones in this area. I do 2 plantings of sunflowers every year where I live. I can do that. You could probably do 3 or 4. I did plant a whole bunch more zinnias and flowers, and they're all growing and starting to bloom, and the garden does change. I'm in an area where there's a lot of deer, and the deer are like dogs in this area. They're all over the place, and I'm not used to that. And next year I'm definitely going to be planting flowers that the deer don't like to keep them away. They did eat a lot of my zinnias and sunflowers, which is kind of funny. Listen, they need to eat too. Not mad at the deer, but I will be preparing better for them next year. Next year I will be putting in my vegetable garden. I didn't do that this year because I put in the whole front garden myself for the flowers, so I did want to do that next year. Just been doing that. I've been doing a lot of canning, so I've been busy with that too. Not a bad deal. So the other day when I was out there, we have been getting, the last week we've been getting a lot of rain. Not like raining all day. It'll rain and then it'll stop, then it'll rain, and then it will stop again. So just been doing, a lot of outdoor things. So when I get home and I'm working on my other project, by the time I'm done, I'm so exhausted that I don't even want to stitch, which for me, summer is my slowest stitching season. It always is. Winter is my biggest stitching season because there's nothing else to do. So that's just me. I mean, I do get out, I do things. Locally, well, anyway, but like I said, the other day, a bunch of sunflowers fell from the weight of the sunflowers and the rain. So I had to go and rip some of them out. And of course, I did save a bunch. I will dry this. I am drying the seeds. And of course, my neighbor across the street, like, hey, Cindy, can I have some of these? I'm like, sure, take whatever you want. So she was clipping and doing that herself. So she was funny. She was like, can I have some? I'm like, sure, help yourself. I mean, I don't mind giving. No, they're dead. And, I leave some out for the birds to eat. And of course, my needle came out. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I had fun. So I had to drag out these like 10-foot sunflower things and, ripping them out by the roots. It's hard to get them out by the roots. I mean, the roots are like, they're strong. And then the other day, some more fell. I do have to go out. I'm going to go out there later when it cools off a little. This time of day, I'm not going to do it. It's too hot and humid. They fell over, so I got to just drag them out and cut the flower heads off. And I'll definitely save more of the flower heads. So that's just me. I did plant more, so they'll be growing. It's not such a bad thing. I don't want to lose my place here. Let me just see. Okay, I'm good. Oh, but that's what I've been doing out in the garden and working on my project. The other day, I did get some good butterfly pictures. I haven't seen as many butterflies as I did last year, but last year I definitely had a whole lot more zinnias from the garden. Like I said, the deer ate a lot, so I don't know. I do have the butterfly bush in the front and the back. I haven't seen a whole lot, but I did get some photos of the butterflies. Do I have that in the right hole? Yeah, I do. Talking and stitching. But anyway, that's what I've been up to, out and about, staying busy, just trying to enjoy the weather. We're in August now, and it was really humid when I woke up today. And walking in the humid, there's the back of my piece if you want to look at that. But anyway, it's humid, and when it's humid like a sauna, I don't like walking in that. It's just not for me. And I do other things to get my workout and things in. So August is probably my least favorite month. And I know I probably shouldn't say that. It is. It's just my least favorite month. It's always so hot and humid and just not my favorite month. My favorite month of the year is September. But my favorite season is summer, so go figure, but I do love September. I like September because it starts to cool off a little bit more. It's not as hot and humid, although it's still beautiful out. I do love September, but the months this year are just flying. It's going so fast. Like, I cannot believe it's August. Before you know it, we're going to be in winter, which, well, I don't like winter. I don't know what's coming this winter either. This fall and winter is, I can only imagine what's coming down the pipe. But I do go out and about and do my things, and I go on with life. That's just me. Now, a lot of the stuff in my garden, all the zinnias and all the flowers and everything, I do plant those from seed. I don't buy those, so I did found this source online, and I really like how they send the seeds to you. The seeds are really good because everything is sprouting. So I always buy organic. I try to anyway. I mean, they say they're organic. They are companies in the United States, so all we could do is try and source the best that we can when it comes to the seeds. But I'm very happy with the seeds that I did buy. All of my peppermint and rosemary and cilantro and all that tried out really early this year. I don't know, it's a very strange year. Things are just a little bit different as far as growing everything seems to be. I'm in a different area too, but not that far from where I used to live, so I don't know. It's just, I seem like the sun is so scorching and so hot that it like burns the plants. And with my herbs and stuff, I don't keep them in the sun really. I mean, herbs like the cool, they like a little bit darker area, but I don't know, it's just a different season altogether as far as growing everything. So I don't know, that's just me, what I've noticed. I'm definitely not a professional grower or farmer or anything. I wing it like everybody else. You learn things over the years, but you never know how something's going to turn out or something's going to grow in the season. That's just the way it is. Different temperatures, different amounts of rain and water and sun, and like I said, I'm in a different area, so I'm just adjusting to that. And next year I'll definitely adjust the garden to suit the area. This is my first growing season here, so I don't know, it's just a little bit different than what I was used to. I don't know. Live, learn, grow. You do all those good things. Live, learn, and grow. But that's what's been going on. As far as the garden with honeybees, I will say I haven't seen that many honeybees at all, that always makes me a little bit sad. We need our bees. I have seen bumblebees, the big fluffy fuzzy guys, but definitely not a lot of honeybees. So I don't know, have you seen honeybees in your area? Let me know. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen a couple, but definitely not a lot. Not as many butterflies. I don't know, it's kind of sad, we need our bees. I wonder how people are doing with their bees this year. I know a lot of people do, have the honeybees, and they have hives and things like that for the bees. So, I don't know. Let me know if you've had any honeybees in your area. I'm curious to know what everybody else has experienced. The weather's not, the past week, it's like I said, it's been raining on and off, and we're supposed to get that for the next couple of weeks. I don't know, it's weird. It's like a steam bath out there, though. Very muggy and humid, and July wasn't like that at all. It wasn't humid or muggy at all. So I don't know, just a little, listen, the weather's out of whack right now, so just go with the flow, people. Go with the flow. I did last night after work, because it was a Friday and it was a busy week. I wanted to have Chinese food so bad. I haven't had Chinese food in months. The one Chinese food place that I have in my area went out of business since the virus and stuff. And I'll tell you, half of the restaurants where I live are not open back up, and they're not going to. I know across the country, a lot of restaurants are not opening back up. They're liquidating all of their supplies and refrigerators and equipment and all that stuff, and it's kind of sad. I mean, where I live, there was a bunch of great restaurants, and they're just not opening back up. So what I did last night is I went on, of course, good old Google. I went on and looked in Bristol, Tennessee, because there's a lot of restaurants there. There's a lot of good restaurants, and I found this restaurant, and it had Thai food and sushi and all kinds of good food. I'm like, that's where I'm going. I'm going to try that place. So last night after work, that's where I went, and I got there, and they were pretty busy. I did get a table right away. And of course, I'm sitting in there, and the restaurant was a little dark, and I forgot my reading glasses. And without my reading glasses, listen, I can't see that good. Plus, it was dark. So the waitress came over, and she's like, we're telling people to go on their cell phone to read the menu. I'm like, on my cell phone? I'm like, I don't have my reading glasses, so I'm like, I can't do that. She's like, all right, I'll go get you a menu, because I guess they didn't want to give out a menu because they don't want you touching the menu or something. I don't know. I'm like, I need a menu. But then it was dark, so I'm trying to get the light to read the menu in the restaurant. It's kind of funny. And then the waiter came over, and he took his cell phone and put his light on the cell phone, and he's holding it while I could read the menu. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I ended up getting, I love sushi, but I won't eat raw fish anymore. I love it, but I just won't eat it anymore because of all the parasites and stuff in the fish. So I always get, the crunchy shrimp, and that's always cooked. So I got that, the sushi roll, and then I got drunken noodles. And I asked the guy, because I wanted something spicy. I love spicy food, and I haven't had it in so long. I'm like, should I get the spicy noodles? And he's like, he goes, those are so good. He goes, definitely get the spicy noodles. And I asked him about something else, and he's like, that's really good too. He goes, but the number one food was called the drunken noodles. So I got the drunken noodles with shrimp, and it had fresh vegetables, and it's really spicy. It was so good. I almost cried. It was so good. I haven't had food like that probably since I left New York, like 8 years ago. It was so good. See, I finished that one. And he came back, and he's like, was it good? I'm like, yeah, it was really good. And it was huge. And I'll include pictures at the end of the food that I had. But he's like, was it good? I'm like, it's so good. But I could only eat half the bowl. I can't eat that whole thing. I just can't eat like I used to. But it was so spicy, and when it's spicy, your nose starts to run. So I call him, I'm like, listen, I go, do you have like a paper napkin? Because they give you the cloth napkin in the restaurant, and I didn't want to use it because of everything going on. I didn't want to use, the cloth napkin, blow my nose in it. And he's like, no, we don't have any paper napkins. I'm like, oh my gosh. He goes, you could go into the bathroom. He goes, there's tissues in the bathroom. So I'm like, okay. So I got up and I went, and of course I used tissue from the bathroom because your nose runs when the food is really spicy. And that's what I love. It's so good. Like cleans your sinuses out. So that's what I did last night. It was so good. Just to get out and eat at a restaurant. I had really good food. So now I know I have another good source to go eat food. The one restaurant by me that they had the best fried oysters I've ever had in my life. And I'm originally from New York, and New York food is like so good, but their fried oysters are really good, and they don't have them anymore. And I'm guessing they're having a hard time getting the oysters. I think a lot of things where they're trying to get the sources of the food. I don't know what's going on. All I know is they don't have them anymore. And that was the food that I ate there the most, was the fried oysters. So I don't go to that restaurant really. I don't eat out that much, really. I hardly ever go out, but I needed to go out last night. I needed a break, and I needed something really good to eat. So anyway, venturing out. It's just sad that a lot of the restaurants locally are not opening back up, and they're not going to. It's just the way things are going. In your area, let me know below if you've noticed like any of your favorite places, they're no longer open, or you haven't ventured out yet. Just let me know what you're doing in your area. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Venturing out, checking out other places by me. There's so many trails here. That's one thing good about where I am. There's so many walking and hiking trails in different areas. And there's a lot of things that are really close to me. Different states are really close to me. I don't know, that's just me. I've been venturing out and just making the best of everything that's going on. I do get out and about and do things. It's good to do things. Today, when I woke up, I was talking to my sister on the phone, and I was cleaning up my living room, dining room area. And I don't really have that much furniture. I really don't. It's pretty empty. But I'm like, I'm going to change around my sitting area. So, I moved my rug and my chair, and this was cleaning up. And I'm sitting more by natural light by my window. So I could, I always see outside, but this is really close to the natural light, which is good. I really don't need my light on. When I stitch during the day, there's plenty of natural light, which I like. So I did switch things around. I did purchase, I really haven't been buying anything at all last week. I did buy 2 pairs of flip-flop sandals because I had the cheap $1.97 ones from like Walmart from like 2 years ago. I needed really good flip-flops, so I went to the Pro Bass Fish Store. I don't know, Pro Bass Shop. I don't know, it has all like outdoor hunting and type things like that. And I did get really good flip-flop sandals. They're so cushy and comfortable. So I needed those. But I did buy a rolling cart, and I just ordered it today, and it'll be delivered. I will share that for you, and I'll show you why I bought that cart. It's going to have several different functions to it. So I did purchase that. Other than that, I really haven't purchased anything cross-stitch. Listen, this piece I'm working on, this will probably keep me busy for the rest of the year. I haven't been working on tulips at all. I did make a gift I finished the butterfly that you saw in my last video. If you didn't see it, go look. I finished stitching a butterfly as a gift, and I did finish that gift and mail that out. I'll include a picture of that at the end also, so you could see it. It's so pretty, and I got an email from the person that I sent it to. It was another YouTuber I made it for. She loved it. She was so happy getting it, and that made me feel really good that I made somebody else's day. She got that today, and sent me a very nice email. So I'll include a picture of that at the end for you. I'm going to include a couple of pictures that have been taken out there, and I hope everybody is enjoying their time out there. I know people are doing way more stitching than me, but I am getting back to it. And this border here, look at this border. It's huge. This border goes on and on. It's a big piece, and I love the border. Look at the color. Colors of the border are, here, let me get a better view for you. It's just, they're beautiful. Beautiful border. I'm going to include the slideshow at the end. And until we meet again, everyone, happy stitching out there.